Hello everyone and welcome guys, it's Vorten here, and I wanted to talk a little bit about a hardcore mode and a possible esports in Battlefront 2. Things that they need to kind of change for that specific game mode to be able to have an actual esports. I kind of want to give you my opinion on it, what I think, whether it's good, whether it's a bad thing. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about this here. Alright guys, one of the first things I want to talk about is, will this possibly split the player base? I know a lot of us are paranoid for it splitting the player base just because of what happened back in the first EA Battlefront and the player base being so split. Personally, I don't believe this would create another split in the player base, because the reason we had such an issue with that in the first one is because of the DLC and people not wanting to sell out the $50 just to be able to have extra content, which then split the player base. So personally, I don't think adding an extra competitive game mode will split it, but I guess only time will tell on that. You can look at games like Overwatch that has had a lot of success from the competitive game mode aspect of it. They have their season gameplay, they have their season game mode, and they have a dead period where that season isn't going on. I personally think that would be a good decision for Battlefront to do, is to have actual seasons and then have maybe a couple weeks in between each season, maybe even a month in between seasons. I think would be a good decision for them. And one of the biggest things they would have to do is they would have to make this probably at least a 5v5 or a 6v6 on smaller game modes, in something like a cargo style game mode, or like a conquest game mode where you got to capture flags, or even something like a search and destroy where you have to plant a bomb or anything like that. Usually that is the kind of game mode you want to see on actual esports. It kind of works a little bit better. Also, as far as the star cards goes, I think everybody needs to be on the exact same playing field, not having people with better higher tier star cards and lower tiers. That creates a really unbalanced gameplay as far as competitive play game mode goes. Also, I would think that they would need to lower the health, no vehicles, and I personally don't see heroes working in competitive play. Could be wrong. Maybe DICE and EA will be able to figure out a way to add heroes and make them be a use in competitive play, but personally I think it should just be straight infantry 5v5 in an objective game mode. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe the EA will be able to figure out a way to add that and make it balanced. We'll see what they plan on doing, but personally I do think EA and DICE are going to add a competitive play. They are really pushing the competitive play. Like, you look at Battlefield, like I mentioned earlier. So personally, I think we will see it. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys want to see a competitive play in the new Battlefront, or do you hate the idea? Personally, I love the idea. I love Overwatch, I love Counter-Strike, and both of those have competitive game modes in it, and those are what I play mostly. So honestly, having a competitive game mode for Battlefront 2 would be awesome, and I would probably play it all the time because it gets super addicting, and you end up using a lot more team strategy, which is what I like to do. I don't like running around like a mindless drone just shooting at people. I like to actually put in teamwork and be able to capture objectives and feel like you're working towards something. So I personally think this is a great decision if they end up going this. But let me know what you guys think. If you disagree with me, that's perfectly okay. Don't yell at me if you disagree with me, but let me know if you disagree and what you guys want to see. And make sure you guys subscribe for more Battlefront 2 content. We will be live streaming it in a couple days, which I cannot wait. So as always, may the force be with you, and Vorten signing out.